in there since he's had limited mileage in the seat, so we'll see how they go in this one. Last week the feature in the midgets, or the supporting program, was won by Scott Miller in that King Esslinger. And certainly Scotty's been well on the pace this year, having stepped into that Steve McCullen car. Of course, another one that we need to look out for is the 87 young Scott Bailey. I keep mentioning the Rollison Garage and Brian Hum Contracting, but the little fella that does all the work on the car from the Rolly Mowers says that, hang on, you don't mention me, I'm doing all the work on it. So little Jerry and Rolly Mowers, that's your man out there. We'll give you a shout tonight. That's Scott Bailey just going down the front straight now. Back straight, I mean. 21, Gavin Wilkie, another hard charger, travels the miles to go racing. As I said, both of them, as Andy said, are down on points a little. That's because he was a bit messed around, was out of it, and he's put his son in there to have a bit of a drive in the car. But Gavin's back in the seat tonight. Gary Chadwick just getting himself sorted. Another one of their hard chargers in the field. So only 11 of them. It's a shame about this scratching of young James Halliburton. The other car, Jay Chadwick, had a bit of a tumble at the last meeting, landed with the cage on top of the fence there and has done a little bit of damage to it. But under the rules, it's been logged and the whole bar needs to be replaced in that car. So that's the reason that poor old Jay's sitting out, but he's crewing tonight. So he said he didn't mind that too much, he might enjoy himself. So the Photon Pace vehicle comes in field. So it's that Rolly Mowers car of Scott Bailey sitting out on the front on his own. Does mean there's a big hole on the front line there for Gavin Wilkie to come straight through. But they're looking good as they go through that Stadium Cars Prison Bend. Just coming up, ready for a start now. They build and away they go. It is Scott Bailey who leads them through. Gavin Wilkie on the inside. There's Davey Kerr trying to push it round the high wide right from the get-go, and he moves to the front of the field. So it's Kerr leads them round from Bailey, Wilkie. There's Shane Clark there in that fourth position, and moving along quickly is the 36 of Glenn Jury. In behind Jury is the 42 of Scott Miller, and out wide's the 9 of Tom Lumsden. There's Gary Chadwick making a move from the back of the field as well. But down in front it's Davey Kerr. He's shot the gap and he's gone. In that second position from Scott Bailey. Shane Clark's keeping it nice and tight. Glenn Jury goes round the outside to pick up a spot. And there's a big move from Gary Chadwick. He's on the tail of Lumsden as they head through that Stadium Cars Bend. There's a real gaggle fighting for the mid-pack there. But it's Davey Kerr out in front. Lumsden's gone wide. Chadwick comes in underneath him. He pulls on the outside of Scott Miller. Then Miller fights back. So Miller still holds that fifth position at this stage. Shane Clark's just holding out Chadwick. But Davey Kerr's got the hold straight over them at the moment. Wilkie still holding that second position from Scott Bailey. He's sitting out high and wide. Glenn Jury looking out wide at this early stage. A wee bit heavy still, but he's got some momentum that still holds on. The 27 of Nathan Blomquist has spun to the infield. There's the challenge for the third spot. Glenn Jury goes round that 87 car of Scott Bailey and picks up that third spot. Davey Kerr is out of the turn down the middle of the straight before Wilkie crosses the start-finish line. So it's now Wilkie. He's putting a fight on there, trying to keep Glenn Jury out. Jury's moving up and high and wide. He now gets on the outside of Gavin Wilkie as they come out of that Stadium Cars Prison Bend. It's a slender lead there at the moment. Jury in that third spot. There comes Scott Miller. He's got underneath Scott Bailey, although Bailey's fighting back on the outer. They're scrapping over that fourth position. Gary can't seem to get anywhere from there. He's stuck in behind. He's right in behind Bailey now as Miller takes the low line. Davey Kirk another lap off. He's certainly getting into the tail end of the traffic shortly. Now Glenn Jury gets a front of the field. He just pulls on the outside of Gavin Wilkie, but such an expert down low, and Wilkie still holds that turn, but now Jury's just got it, but he's gone high and wide. Wilkie starts to fight back. Chadwick's got through a packet, and he gets into that next spot. He's in the 4th position now. Miller's dropped back to 5th from Bailey, Lumsden, young Jack Lowe. Davey Kerr's got the white flag as he gets into the back mark, as he puts Shane Clark a lap down, but the scrap still goes on 2nd position. That's Davey Kerr will take the win in the first heat. And we look a long way back. They're just over the other side. Gavin Wilkie holding the inside run. Gary Chadwick powering round the outer as they come to the first line for the second that gets there. Gavin Wilkie, 6. Glenn Jury will be the next midget home from the 42 of Scott Miller.